All right, so you know, I probably should have went over and made a video talking to Jim. Because the thing is like what happened, like when me and Jim were friends. I thought that we were that close. You know what I'm saying? And what ended up happening is, we weren't. And I saw what was going on. You know what I mean? And I'm just being honest. You know. And so, what I want to do is I want to clarify something with you, Greg, because like this situation, really, it affects me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest. You know, when I was talking to you back in 2019, 2018, I think it was 2019, yeah, and I sat there and I told you, Greg, you know, um, I talked with Social Security and everything, and I talked with them, and they told me that my boys were getting the money and all that stuff, and I was like, okay. So then I went and I talked to you about a week later, and I said, hey, I talked with Social Security, and you know what all's happening, and then the thing was is I said, you act like you're sitting there paying for them and all this, and you know, and then you went over and you said that 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 you're saving the money up, and that if I wanted it, I could go ask my boys for it. And dude, I wasn't even like, I was like, dude, are you freaking serious? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the most stupidest thing you could ever say. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say anything, but I mean, it was like, why would you even? You were like putting me down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even like, and like when you was talking to me about this, I was like, dude. And the thing was, is I went over and was sitting there, and I was listening to this crap that's coming out your mouth, and it was just like, this dude has no joke. This dude has got to be stupid. You know what I mean? It was out of control, insane, crazy, out of control. You know, and it bothered me, and I didn't say nothing about it because I was trying to see my boys, but it is now 2025 and I haven't seen them, so what's going on with all that situation. But so I want to go ahead and get this. I want you to understand, I've never hit my boys up for any money. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is you go ahead and say that, and dude, you know what the heck is going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to hear that BS. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, it totally makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? I can't even like, and it's hard for me to even put this into words. You know? You know, with old Jim, it's crazy, to for him to be gone. I'm just gonna be honest with it. I mean, it's but like, you know, the day I found out, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I shed a few tears, and but I didn't drink nothing. You know, he said to go ahead and drink something, but I didn't drink nothing, and you know, it was something. But anyway, I just want to go. I want you to understand that that I couldn't believe you even came at me like that. You know, like it is what it is. I want you to know that I don't want any money. You know what I'm saying? I just want my boys. You know what I mean? And I never did hit you up for any money or hit my boys up for any money. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got life messed up, you know, and I'm just telling you straight up, you know. I'm not that type of dude, you know. And it is what it is. But anyway, I just want to get that out there because you never know what can happen these days, you know. Never know. Yeah. You know, like I knew that Jim was that it, you know, he was going. You know, I could see it because you know back in 2017, 2018, you know he wasn't doing so hot. But yeah. But anyway, I just want you to go ahead and know that I ain't hitting them up for no money. That was your mouth that said that. Ain't nothing over here hitting my boys up for any money. I don't need their money. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I wanted to let you know that I knew that they was getting the money. You know what I'm saying? And all that crap about, you know, dude, my boys are giving you, I mean, like literally, you know, you want to go ahead and go out there and do a little math on it, you know. Well, you got two, you know, tax write-offs, you know what I'm saying? My sons. And then you got money coming in, you know what I mean? So they ain't costing you anything, you know? And I'm like, don't even come at me like that, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.